everybody. Let us wait for a few more moments for others to join in and then we will start. Good evening, wherever you are. I hope you are with your tea, coffee, or just had tea or coffee. We will take one more moment to start and then we'll begin. Thanks a lot, everybody, for joining in. This is a bonus masterclass for people who attended Net Sales Marketing e-Summit and also our community of Hungrito. We wanted to do this because we learned a lot of things during our last journey of 3.5, 4 years, and it has been a wonderful journey. So we wanted to share it with our audience and then let them know that how we reached this position or what are the things that we learned during this past 3-4 years of journey. So I think we have the initial people in, and let me share my screen and we will begin soon. Okay. Yeah. So what we are going to do today is the topic of the day is building community on Instagram from one foodie soul to a community of 57K plus foodies. So the journey that we will be seeing through will be mainly based on the Instagram journey that we had, plus also the journey that we did during the whole thing with online things other than Instagram and with the offline things also. So that will be also included. What were the principles which drove us through the process? What were the experiments that we did, and those kind of things. I hope everybody is with the tea, coffee, or anything. So if you want, we will do just a small survey so that we understand where people are from, and so that I can take questions and everything accordingly. So I have launched the survey. So there will be a poll. If everybody is able to see the poll, do fill the poll. It will be up for around 45 seconds. Okay, I'm not able to see anybody fill the poll. Okay, yeah, they are. So once we are done with the poll, I will be able to judge that where the people are from and what are they doing, so that we will be able to understand. I will be taking the things accordingly. Okay, I see a lot of people are from bachelors and masters. We have business owners with us. Okay, great. So everybody who is having any issues or something, they can use the chat box. Our team will be there who will be helping you out in the chat box. Okay, and okay, great. So we have around 90% people who have filled the form till now. And wherever you are writing the chat, please select not just to panelist. And could you confirm how long it's going to be? Yeah, Abhishek. Abhishek, the presentation is going to be around 1 hour. I think 45 minutes to 1 hour. That depends on how interesting I can make and how you all respond to that. And other thing that we will be doing is we will be taking Q&A after that. So maybe that is up to you how you want to join the presentation. Okay. So we have around 100 people already joined in today, and we are hoping that we will be seeing a surge soon. So let me end the poll. Okay, let me share this. So we have 31% who are students in bachelor's, 24% from masters, 20% business owners, 13% marketing enthusiasts, and 13% people working in marketing domain. Okay, so age group of 22 to 25 is highest. We have 38 people from this age group. That means 45% roughly. And then we have 29% from under 21. Rest of them we have around over 35. We have 6 people who are there. I feel very grateful that you are joining the webinar. Other thing is we have 57 people who have attended e-summit that we did last week, and so that is 67%. 33% have not attended. I think that is from the Hungrito community. We will be seeing more people joining in. So let's start. Okay, so one thing which I will like you all to do is, if you face any issues, you can write in chat box and do reply to all the panelists and all attendees. So somebody from the team might reply you. Okay, so that will be helpful. Other thing is, if you have any questions during the whole thing, you all can ask the questions in the Q&A segment. We will be taking up maybe in between or maybe at the end. So how many of you know about Hungrito? If you can write yes or no in the chat, I will be able to understand that. Or have seen a page Hungrito on Instagram or somewhere on social media. Okay, I see a lot of people writing yes. Okay, great. So we have a little bit idea about the audience now, how they are. Great. So for those of you who don't know Hungrito, I will be explaining them also. And other thing is, if you use hashtag Hungrito just now and post the thing on Instagram, we will be reposting your story. So if you are with your tea or coffee or anything, post a picture that you are attending this session. Okay. and then we will be reposting that from our page. So that will be it. Okay. So about me, hi, I am Sahil Shah. I am founder of Net Service Media Company and Hungrito. I am from Ahmedabad, which is a city which people used to call Manchester of East. Now it has changed a lot. And being a Gujarati, we are always business minded. So during my college days, also I was very much inclined towards starting up and doing things around startups, businesses, and other things. So I am lucky to be part of two great organizations. Firstly was Dhirubhai Ambani Institute of Information and Communication Technology. I was there for 4 years. I did my engineering there, but without I think only the degree is there which has engineering in it. The rest all I didn't study at all there. So I was a 5.5 pointer. Did not study a lot. Those pointers are also because of two or three guys who were toppers and who used to help us in studying. So I think a lot of engineers will be there in the crowd also. Other thing is, after that I got opportunity to be in IIM Ahmedabad's CIIE, which is their incubation center, and that was a game changer for me in my life, because I got an opportunity to learn about design thinking, lean startup, and those kind of things from the startup mentors which I got in the accelerator. So that changed the way we took the product. Few other things which shaped the way Hungrito or Net Service is today is chai. uh, Chai, not just because it keeps us awake and it's a thing, but chai pe charcha is something which pushed us a lot. So after the sessions or after meeting everybody, those are the things which helped us. Have you done MBA? No, Ronak, I haven't done MBA, but I do teach in MBA schools because of the experience that I have now. So I am assistant professor in few schools, MBA schools. So other thing which shaped us is theater, and you will be seeing that a lot. I saw a lot of movies. Why I tried to learn other things in college was because I finished all the Hindi movies in my first and second years, which were to be watched, top 250 IMDb movies at that time. And then I had started seeing Malayalam movies, which are great, Telugu movies, which are also good. Both of them have different taste. And then I thought, okay, movies bahut zyada ho gaye, let us shift to something else. But theater and movies shaped me a lot, and during my college life I used to learn a lot from that. And the last thing is, which is social media. So social media created a lot of things for us, and during our journey we learned a lot of things from social media also, and we got connected to a lot of people through social media. Okay, about Hungrito. So Hungrito is a food discovery platform where we tell people what are the best food dishes around them to eat. So we started with around very less following, which is zero. In most of the cases, everybody has zero followers. And we started with that. And then today we have around 120K followers across social media. So be it Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We have our WhatsApp broadcast channel also. And we have our Telegram channel also. And we do stuff on each of the channels that is there. But our primary focus has always been Instagram. And we as a community were driven through Instagram. So we just now have around 57,000 followers on Instagram, and hashtag Hungrito has been used more than 44,000 times. So which is a big number for us and for the community also, because they have been driving in a lot this thing. So if you say 44,000 times hashtag Hungrito has been used, we have posted around 4,000 posts only. So rest 40,000 postings are done by the community. Okay, there is a question by Ronak. How did you get so much followers for a startup? Do you have any physical store also for Hungrito? No, Ronak, you will see a lot of things in the things that we are going to talk about in the next 45 minutes. So how we build the whole community, that is the whole talk about. And we do not have a physical store. Okay. Mm, just wanted to ask, will we get PPT in the recording? Yeah, Ayushi, I will be uploading the presentation on SlideShare, and the recording will be available with all the recordings that we will be uploading for Net Service Marketing eSummit. Okay, let us move forward, guys. Those of you are ready to hear a story, it will the whole presentation is going to be on the story based. Okay, so if you all like stories, do put a thumbs up or yes in the chat box. And because my life has always been around movies and stories and things like that, and it has always been up and down. So I think it will be mostly in a story base. There will be times when you will be seeing a hero is going down, getting beaten up by the goons, and then there will be times when the hero stands up and then does his own things. Though you won't be hearing a lot of songs in this story, but yeah, it will be an interesting story for you. Great. So in the beginning, why do we start, or what is the reason for being at the first place? So whenever we started, or the things that I did in my life, most of the times it was because of the surroundings. So when we were in college, we faced some issue and then we started out something. Okay, so in college we were into videos and photography a lot. We used to make videos for our clubs and committees, and then we used to make trailers for Teachers Day. We used to make videos and those kind of things. So those are the things which shaped us. Other thing is the value that you provide, okay, with the resources that you have, and make sure that you love it. So in the college journey also, we had our SLR camera, we had our basic things of video editing. In the beginning we used to do it with uh, what you call Movie Maker, and slowly and gradually we learned After Effects, and then we used to do it in Premiere Pro and things like that. But those were the things where we started off with whatever we had. And in Hungryto also, when the journey started, it was initially called Bookers. When we were in IIM Ahmedabad, we tried for a year, we made a product, and it was a genuine product. We were trying to make an app, but that didn't work out. We had around 3,000 followers at that time when we shifted from Bookers to Hungryto. And in the resources, if we call, we had one person who was into designing, and we were one person who was into social media. So him and Harsh Jadhav, these were the two people at that time, and they were doing those things. So things change, and then always believe in yourself that whatever you have in your hand, you have to use those things. So in this crisis time also, there will be a lot of companies which will be facing issues in the same way. But always see what are the resources that you have. We never intended to do Net Size Marketing e-summit, but with the resources and everything that we had as a team, we knew that we were very good in marketing. We knew we were very good at events. So then we tried to do those kind of things. Because always remember, you whatever you create, all the startups that you are seeing around, all of them did not have all the resources which were necessary. And the best example is about go and search how did Warner Brothers make the first flight. Okay, see, they did not have the required resources, and then also they were able to do it. So most of the time the successful stories that you hear are not of the people who had all the resources. They were the people who were in crisis and they were trying to create something. Always remember that. Okay, Ikigai is a very good concept of Japanese, and I will like to take a moment and explain you what it is. If you all feel there is some more doubts that you are having, use the chat box. I am seeing the chat box just now and not the Q&A. You can put your question and answers there, but I'm not going through the Q&A just now. So Ikigai is a concept where people in Japan say that you have to find your Ikigai always. Okay, and if you find your Ikigai, then you will be able to live your life very well, and you will find that purpose of being. Okay, so I will explain you what are the major things in Ikigai. So one thing is, whatever you want to do in life is revolving around those things. So one is what you love, one is what you are good at, other is what can be you paid for, and the fourth part is what the world needs. So for Hungryto, this was very important when we were trying to do that. In Bookers, we were trying to create an app, we were trying to create Zomato for street food, but that was not something that people required. Other thing is, when we shifted it to Hungryto, we tried to find out what are the things that people might be paying us for, and what are the things that world needs, or what are the things that we love, and what are we good at. So we loved photography, we loved designing, we were good at social media at that time, that we thought initial days of ours, and we thought that we might get paid for that, because social media was coming up and it was going good, and something that world needed at that time, because Instagram worldwide was going very good into it is the talk about 2016 time. Around 60% of the photos in the world for Instagram were of food. After that, the cameras and everything increased, so that people started uploading their own photographs also a lot. But foodstagrammers was a concept at that time. So we knew that foodstagrammer is a concept and it is going to stay for long. So what the world needs was solved, what we loved was also solved, what we were good at was also solved. So that is how we found as Hungryto our Ikigai. Okay, so in the same way, if you want to start something, if you want to do something, always try this kind of thing where you find your Ikigai. There are a lot of other things like a SWOT analysis and other things, but this is something which interested me and we did this at that time. Okay, so now let me take you to the journey of one startup and grow. Can one person do a startup and grow to a level which you achieved in now? Yeah, Ronak, I think it is always about, there are a lot of things where you say, is a startup successful or not? So we were very successful in creating a community. If you say Hungryto as a company is good or not, or is it successful or not, that is from different perspective. being a DICT fellow, you got an opportunity to do this thing is great for me. But whenever you see success is something that people define in different ways, then you have to see that. But one person can do that thing, but he alone cannot do. So there is a big team which was involved in pulling all the things. Remember, I am the one who is face of the thing, and just now I don't do a lot of things. The presentation also made by the team. I am the one who is just representing the thing. At the back end, there is a big force which is working and bringing this to you. So always remember, it is not a one person's game. We had a lot of people who were there. What can be paid for? Okay, what can you be paid for? I will be showing that in the later segment, Ajay. Okay. So when we say we are taking from 1 to 200 to 2k to 20k, and from 20k to 120k. So the whole journey which I will be explaining you is with the context of a kid, when he is a small child to a teenager to a young adult, and we will be seeing that story now. So whenever we are a small child, we always have in mind कि कुछ ना कुछ खुराफाती करना होता है. Okay, and that is how I am going to explain what we did as a child in Hungrito. So we were working on Bookers, which was going good, but we were not getting funding at that time, and so we shifted to Hungrito. But in Hungrito, we knew social media was something which was working for us and working well, and we took that thing from Ikigai, that we knew that thing. Then comes the concept of how to excel. So we always had that kida in our mind. So if you have a car, you will like to break it and see how it works. So the kid and the Rubik cube is the definition that we wanted to work in social media. So we tried to do study around how social media works and what are the trends which are there, how the whole Instagram thing is happening, what are the algorithms of Facebook, how they are changing. Facebook algorithms is prioritizing videos just now. On Instagram, these kind of photos are working, memes are working well, or you upload these things, this thing works. So those kind of things we started doing at that time. So studying is the analytics, or studying algorithms was the first thing that we tried to do. Okay, as an entrepreneur, what do you think, what is the biggest risk that an entrepreneur can take? Do write in comments, I will like to see those. What do you think is the biggest risk? Okay, Ayushi is writing job. Okay, Ronak is writing job. Rahul is writing for time. Your time, sales, winning, failure, money, time. Okay, the business itself, great. Funds, okay. Courage, ideas to get a team. Try something for the ideas to put throughout the world. Okay, trying something very new for the first time to get team returns. Great. I think one person answered the question that Vishal answered it very well for me. So it is, मेरे को है ना बिल्कुल रिस्क लेने का नहीं है. So as an entrepreneur, this is one thing that you should never fall into. If you are an entrepreneur, you will have to take risks. Sometimes things work out, sometimes things don't, but risk taking appetite is the must thing for you. Okay, while quitting a job also you are taking a risk, and while doing a startup every day, day in and day out, you are taking a risk. Following your passion is also a risk at the time, but you will have to take risk. If you don't take risk as an entrepreneur, you are not going to survive. Don't believe in a moment that where people say okay starting mein risk le lo uske baad to sab sahi ho jayega. It does not happen. It is a thing that if you are an entrepreneur, day in and day out, you will have to take risk. So that is why the whole company, as Net Service Media Company, we have a model where we do 4 experiments a week. So what do I mean by 4 experiments a week? So when we are in social media or we are doing something for clients, we do different kind of models. So suppose we upload memes for a client, suppose we are doing quotes for them, or we try to do a 30-second video, maybe a 1-minute video, maybe a 30-minute video, and those kind of things. So always we do 4 experiments a week, and out of them 3 fail. That is for sure. That is why experiments are there. Be a scientist. Whenever you are doing working on a product, be a scientist. So if you do 4 experiments a week, we have 4 things which are working in a month. And those 4 things, if you take do it for 12 months, you have 48 things which are working for you. And then out of them, 4 things will be very legendary, which will give you high returns. So the basic thing is, as an entrepreneur, you will have to take risks, and we did a lot of them. I will say in terms of Hungryto only. So we did a campaign. This was the first JIF campaign that we did. So we uploaded 2 stories and told people to go to one story and another and find the differences. We never knew what will happen with that story, but we got more than 1 lakh impressions of this campaign, and Dengidums got a lot of returns due to this. We did another campaign which was Peckham Fact. You can see it had got around just 388 or 389 likes, and this is one of the worst campaigns that we have done. But we pull out campaigns day in and day out. We don't know which one will be working. We have a knowledge that these are going to work and these are not going to work with our thing, but you cannot judge that this is the only thing which is going to be perfect. You will have to experiment. So there are moment marketing that we did with Ranveer Singh and Deepika Padukone's wedding. So that worked really well. We were sitting, we were discussing, and let us do something. Okay. So we did a Tinder campaign with Vicky Kaushal and all the artists at that time, and that really worked well. It got around, I think, roughly around 4,000 shares on Instagram. So we call it DMs. So it got around 4,000 DMs at that time. So there were a lot of campaigns which worked for us, and more than campaigns which worked, there were a lot of campaigns which we failed at. So nobody knows the campaign that we failed at. Everybody remembers us with the campaigns that were working. But for Facebook also, if you see the features that you're seeing just now, that one feature has come after they were experimenting with 1,000 different features. So a lot of people of us who are using Facebook beta version or the early adopters of Facebook get a lot of different things. What you are seeing currently is after 1,000 iterations or 1,000 experiments. So always remember, the successful thing you won't be getting in the first go. So that is one thing. If you are in social media, if you want to grow on Instagram, or if you want to grow as a startup, you will have to do experiments. Okay. Other thing which is there is, how many people remember this scene from this movie, or how many people remember this movie? Which movie is this? There's a very famous dialogue called Hazrat, Hazrat, Hazrat. Okay, Mohit remembers it. It's Ronak remembers it. A lot of people do. Gangs of Wasepur. So, okay, Wasepur. Yeah. So this scene is from Wasepur. This scene comes where Manoj Vajpayee goes with the dancer to Ramadev Singh, and there he announces few things, and it is a perfect example of AIDA model of a user journey. Okay. And I will be explaining the same thing with Hungryto's concept also, but I thought being coming from the cult following that I am, so I love movies and I love Hindi movies a lot, and this was one of the cult classic that we have in today's generation. So what he did is he took the opposition by surprise in the first way. So he took a dancer, and then he went to the opposition's den. He went to Ramadev's house. So that was the surprise element that he brought in. Okay, and it was very unexpected for him. And the situation, if you see in the movie, it was very unexpected. Second thing is he made that interest. Okay, of the crowd, of the people around, with the dhol nagada and the song, and one person who is dancing around and saying things. Next step that he did is he kept his desire there. Okay, that these are the things. Okay, Ramadev Singh, if you do not follow these steps, or if you don't release these people, okay, these are the consequences that will happen. So then comes the action. Okay, so this is the idea model. So whenever you do something on social media, these are the conscious steps that you have to take. So one thing is you have to grab your users' attention. Day in and day out, the user attention span is decreasing. So if you say in lockdown time, people are using internet a lot, but user attention has gone down from 15% to 10% according to a lot of studies. So user attention is decreasing day by day. Remember that part. Wherever you want to do something, you have to first grab their attention. So that is the one thing that you have to do. Second thing is relevant messaging. Interest, something interesting for them, then only they will try to read that thing or try to see. For Instagram, if your photograph is not good, nobody is going to see that. You have to be aesthetically good in the photography that you are doing, those kind of things. Okay, other thing comes is desire. What will that person have, or your messaging should be there that these are the things which is required, or if you don't do this thing, then this thing will happen, those kind of things. So desire and action are required. So this is one thing that we experimented with. This was April 1st, and we wanted to do some prank. Okay, and Hungryto had a community of around 25,000 people at that time. And we did this before 1 or 2 days. We uploaded a story that a very big thing is going to come, and we are going to surprise you with one of the biggest things that we are going to do in the next thing, and those kind of things. So we grabbed their attention. Second thing that we did is the graphics was good, the content was right, it was something that was relevant to people because we had a community. So suppose we also had a question that do you have an offline store or not. So when we are 3 years into the company, or around 2.5 years into the company, and people said that okay, we need to go offline, that was the next thing. So we did Hungrito Cafe. It was a prank, and then we got around 1500 people who DM'd us about it. So where is the address, where is the address. Most of the people were getting fooled at that day. Then also we were able to create that buzz and get around 1500 people in. So this is something that you have to remember. So messaging should be very clear whenever you are doing anything. Okay, this was a childish things that we did, and that when we were child. Then comes the teenage part. Okay, in teenage part, most of the people who are there as a teenager also, we when I was the teenager, the thing is now around 8-9 years back. So as a teenager, every time you think you need attention. Okay, teenagers are the most attention seeking people in the whole thing. Okay, so they always need attention. And okay, somebody is laughing around, but let's go and see what kind of attention or things that we did to grab world's attention at that time as a teenager. So our journey from 2k to 20k will be shown you just now. Okay, so while you want to grab attention as a teenager, I will like to share you a concept of David Tales. Okay, so what David is sharing is how to use the hashtag on Instagrams effectively. Okay, what are the small tags? Small tags are the tags which have less posting. So suppose we take foodies in Ahmedabad or hashtag Hungrito also. It has very less posting. So it has around 43k postings with hashtag Hungrito. Okay, so that is a small tag. There are medium tags. So foodies of Instagram, Instagram foodies, and those type of things. Though that might be having 300k to 1 million postings. Then there are tags like chocolate. There are tags like food. There are tags like Instagram. Those have more than 1 million postings. Okay, when you say shot on iPhone, those kind of things have 1 million or more postings. What we have, or the guy has done, we did it unconsciously during the time. Then we understood that we were doing the right thing because we were experimental law. So there, how to use hashtags in Instagram is shown here. So whenever you have less than 1k following, try to have 20 hashtags which are small, and tag hashtags which are in the medium domain. Okay, how will it help you is because if you are a small player in this market and you are uploading something, okay, so then people won't be able to see their content in the big hashtag ever. Remember, because you are not getting so much traction in the initial 1 hour or 1.5 hours because you don't have that follow. So try to get limelight in the hashtag which a lot of people are not following, because that will be a very small community. So in the initial days, we tried foodies in Ahmedabad, Ahmedabad bloggers, and those kind of things because those were very small hashtags. You have to do same kind of thing in the initial days. When you are from 1k to 10k, you know you will be having that initial boost. Okay, try to use small hashtags, 20 only, and then 7 medium and 3 big. Okay, during this time only we got something great when we were around 10k to 50k thing. I will be giving you that example again in the next slide. But at that time, try to use small hashtags which are 15 only. Okay, medium 10 and 5 big. Why I am saying 15? Because in most of the cases you will get in the top hashtag. Okay, so we have top 9 posts or the recent posts which are there. Then we have the top 9 posts. Try to get in the top 9 posts as much as you can, because from that only you will get the explore feed. Instagram is very different than Facebook. It is very different than YouTube. Okay, understand that part. The less posts listed in the letters. Yeah. So understand that thing, because in Instagram, discovery is very less. People use explore a lot, and if you want to get in their feed, you will have to use your hashtags very consciously. You cannot just use hashtag Oreo, you cannot just use hashtag food, or you cannot just use hashtag food, I think chocolate, in the first post or second post that you are doing, because you won't get that kind of reach in those things, because there are 50-60 people who are posting with that hashtag every second. There are very less chances of you getting a visibility there. Understand that part. So try to get visibility where there are less people seeing. So in initial days, you will get your audience from there. And when you have 50k k or more audience, try to use small hashtags which are 10, because there might be a lot of audience which you would have not reached. But try to use small 10, small big, 10 medium, 10 5 big, and 5 giga. Giga are the ones who have more than 10 million. Okay, so I haven't mentioned it in the top because we won't be targeting those things. This is something that we how to work memes page. Okay, Abhishek, you can post your question in the Q&A segment. We will be taking it there. So this is something that we posted, I think, around 2017 and during Rath Yatra. And this was a post that we tried a new campaign, which was Foodies Goal. So what we were trying to do is we used to post things which were from out of India or from Bombay, Delhi, and those kind of cafes where things were not available in India. So okay, him has written the date. It is 5th July 2016. So it was from this date, and we had around, I think, hardly 10K following at that time. And we used to use hashtag like hashtag taco, hashtag Oreo, and hashtag Oreo taco in this tag. And roughly we used to get around 300 likes for each post that we were doing, because our engagement rate was good. But I think 250 likes is written, 300 to 250 likes on every post. And we got more than 27K likes on this post. That was just because we were trended in top 9 things for hashtag taco, hashtag Oreo taco. Okay. That is just because we had that initial push. Okay. It is very easy to get into those kind of things, but remember, use the hashtags carefully that you want to do. Then only you will be able to do that. Okay. We now also get a lot of time listed in top 9, but now we don't try to get ourselves listed in the small hashtags, because we know that audience has already seen us a lot of time. So if they are going to follow us, they will find us somewhere else and then follow, because a lot of friends they are following us. So remember, use hashtag accordingly the following that you have. Okay. This is the thing I wanted to discuss mainly. So as a teenager, always you want people to love you. Why we did this thing is use this hashtag or do things is so that people discover you. Other thing that you can do is create things which are for your audience. Okay. And your audience. This is the tricky part. Understand this. In Instagram, there are two kind of things. One is likable content, other is shareable content. Okay. What is the difference? Let me go brief into that. Likeable content is something like you are seeing a photograph of your friend, you will just like it. Okay. But if there is something valuable information that your friend has shared on his post, or there's a quote, or there is something interesting, there's an infographic, or those kind of thing, you will tend to share it with your 5 friends. Or if there is a meme, you will tend to share it with your 5 friends, 5 6 friends. Everybody is having a list of Instagram. So you have a different list, and then you see something good, you just push that DM button, and then you share it with 50 people. Those kind of things. So when you are at that teenager stage, try to create more and more content which is shareable. Okay. Shareable in a way which your audience will be very happy to share it with their audience. Okay. So this is the tricky part. Create things for your audience's audience. Okay. So Nirmal is having a question. Can local hashtag works well with small audience in Instagram against state or national hashtag? Yes, local hashtags can work a lot, Nirmal. So that will always work well whenever you are using at a small following. So remember that part. You have to create a lot of shareable content also, or else you won't get new following. Getting discovered in the hashtag part is a difficult thing, but creating content which is shareable is very easy. So try to do a lot of memes, try to do a lot of trends which are there, and try to create posts around those things. You will get a lot of eyeballs, because something is trending, a meme is trending, you create something around it, and then people will be doing this. So if you most of you would have made the coffee, most of you would have done a lot of trends which are just now happening around. So those are the things which you have to do, okay, to get your audience in. Okay, these are the things that we did at our time. Starbucks opened, we posted this thing. Okay. It was, see, it is again a experiment that we did. This post, I think, I did not created anything for Hungryto for, I think, around 1.5 years. No caption, no post. The team was doing it, and it was so irrelevant at that time for us to post this thing. It was created by me, and we posted that thing. Okay. But the content was good. It was a shareable content, because Starbucks was coming to Ahmedabad for the first time. We had around 44K following at that time when we posted this. and this post was shared in DMs more than 23k times. 23,000 times this post was shared. We got more than 2,500 followers due to this one single post. Okay, and it was so irrelevant to post this thing at that time that people told me, a team member told me, Sahil bhai, आप free हो, आप post बना दोगे? मैं कहा हाँ ठीक है. Normally we used to create posts by the designers. They used to use Photoshop, Instagram, and those kind of things. So sometimes things work. Sometimes things work like this, but you will have to experiment. Remember, not always a polished things are going to work for you, but that does not mean that you don't polish the things. Other thing that we did was 29 states, 29 desert. That post was on Facebook and it got more than, I think, 2000 shares at that time. And it just went viral for us. The next post that we did was also like that. We did around yogasan. A lot of RJs and everybody took that up, mirchi yogasan and other kind of things. On yoga day we did that thing with food and yoga, samosa asan and those kind of things. That was very funny and quirky. People used to share that a lot. There is Hungry Tales, which is still going on. We used to upload a lot of tales and people share them a lot. Memes are number one things if you want to create a shareable ecosystem. Understand those parts. So these are the things that you have to experiment. These are the things you will have to do day in and day out for getting those sharing. Okay. So at the end of the day, if you have following, if you have everything in place, does these numbers matter? Okay. Does these numbers matter? And I think this is the only thing which matters at the end of the day. Are you able to sustain the page? Are you able to get things? Money is something which matters a lot. So if you create a community of 50k, if you create a community of 100k, if you create a community of 50 million, but at the end, if it is not giving you ROI, there will be a lot of time that you invest in. There will be a lot of things that you will need in return. So always remember, create things which add value at the end of the day. Don't see, either it can be a hobby, okay, or either can be it be a hobby which turns into profession at the end of the day. So try to create things which turn into profession at the end of the day. Hobbies are good. Hobbies are good to have. I don't say don't have hobbies, but nurture your hobby in a way that at the end you can leave your job and follow your passion. Okay, so that is the thing. It is only if it serves your purpose. Okay. Then comes to the young adult part. This is when we realize that money is important at the end of the day and you will have to create the ROI part. And when you are a young adult, that is also something that you are out of the college, you are 21, 22, and then parents are also expecting something from you. Okay, thoda MBA kar lo, ya fir go for higher studies, or at least bring 20, 30,000 home, or get a good job and those kind of things. If you are from a proper middle class thing. Okay. So that is something that you will be required to do. Okay. And that is the journey of Hungry To also. So when we crossed around 25k, people expected a lot of things from us. We did a lot of things to be sustainable in that way. Okay. And always remember, when growing, values will be the things which will be important. Okay. And with values, there are a lot of other things which define you. So once you reach that mark of 25k, there will be a lot of things which are attached to you. So as an influencer or as a people that you are seeing around, people, whenever you cross a benchmark, people will start expecting, हाँ ये लोग तो ये नहीं करेंगे. So suppose Reliance is there, or Tatas are there, or you have other people. Okay, everybody expects something from there. Okay, अब तुम ये level पे पहुंच गए, you will have to behave like this. So तब भी ऐसा होता है. If you are a teenager, you can shout in your house, oh, those kind of things can be there. नखरे आपके सहन करने में आएंगे. But once you become an adult, there will be a line drawn that you cannot do these kind of things. Okay, you have to stick to some values that you have, and expectations increase a lot. Haim rightly said that once you have crossed the benchmark, people start expecting a lot of things from you. That happens in life also a lot of times. This is a simple thing that we found, and we have understood this, and this is how a brand image is created. Okay, so there are two ways through which the whole brand image is created and how people perceive you. One is the credibility part. It is what people are talking about you, okay, and what they perceive about you. Second part is brand identity, is what you say. Okay, so we will be discussing this with a further example, but let me explain credibility a lot. Credibility comes with people talking about it. So whenever we say चार लोग क्या कहेंगे, it is the thing which credibility comes on the plate. Okay. When more people are talking about you, if they are talking good things, it will add to credibility. If they are talking bad things, it will decrease your credibility. At the end, you have to add some values to those things. Values are the things which take people further. So as a page also, we had a lot of values. We tried to create a lot of values that we won't be doing these things, we will be doing these things and that thing, same ways. So those are the things that you have to communicate in the first way for the brand identity thing. How many people remember this guy or know this guy? Please put in the chat box. Okay. Everybody loves Zakir Khan, right? Sak Londa. Great. So we all know him, and we all understand what he is doing, and we all can relate to him. Why? So there are a lot of things which he did in for his brand, which is important. Understand this from this way now. Okay. So he worked on his brand identity a lot. So there is a language which is Hindi. Okay. So all of us can relate to that. Other thing is bachelor life. Most of his audience is bachelors or engineers, or that's why people relate to him. He will talk about relationships and those kind of things. His content is very funny, way too much funnier than what others are providing. Other thing is middle class thing. So a large audience is middle class that he knows, or from middle class mindset. Most of the people are not in middle class, but then we have a mindset of middle class. Okay. Other things was shairi, shareable content at the end of the day. These are the things which added to his brand identity. And now these are some things, while he is doing these all things, these are relatable to us at the end of the day. Emotional content works very well. His content has a lot of philosophy which we all people like, and his other thing is storytelling. Okay. So these are the attributes, okay, because of which people like him, or because of which people relate to him, and that are the things which adds value to that. So, and those are good things, and then good things are shareable. People talk about him a lot. If there are people who would have seen his content, they will be sharing it to 50 more people. That adds to your credibility. There are a lot of good things that he does in his Facebook lives or in his Instagram lives. He will be telling you a lot of things. He will be giving you a lot of gans, and those are kind of things. So he makes sure that he has those good attributes while he is creating his brand, and that is why the credibility increases. So this is the whole thing of brand image. Why, how you make an image. So this is the whole concept of creating an image. Okay. So before where to start, communication is the key to any healthy relationship. Okay. Okay, let us take some questions here. Okay. So how many people feel that if you are a good communicator, your skill set don't matter? Okay. Any yes or no? If you feel that if you're a good communicator, your skill sets matter or not? Skill set doesn't matter. Rudra is saying does matter. Okay, it's not completely true, Vaidehi ma'am. Up to an extent, it does matter. It does matter. It does matter. Yes, it matters. Okay, great. Everybody feels that it matters a lot. Okay, skill set matters a lot. Communication is important. Okay. Along with communication, influencing skills are also mandate. Skill set does matter up to some extent. It's great. Okay. Great. Okay. So values are at the end of the day important. That is one thing. But if you are able to communicate your values in the right way, it will create a ripple effect. Understand that part. सिर्फ दिल का अच्छा होना important नहीं है. Ronak, if you can ask your questions in the Q&A segment, we will be taking up there. I will be answering them at the end. So, only having good things that you do won't be important. You need to communicate that in the better way also. Okay. So, how do you communicate things on Instagram? Or how do you judge the communication on Instagram? So, one thing is consistent posting. Show up every day. Post something relevant for your audience, for your community, and that is how they feel, okay, this guy is coming every day trying his level best and doing something. Okay, that is how the community is building. Reply to the comments. There will be a lot of DMs that you will be getting. Try to answer the DMs in 4 to 8 hours. Okay. Hungrito has more than 4K postings just now. We turn up every day. We do 3 postings every day. Okay. You have to wake up every day and work. That is the thing on Instagram. Other thing is do a lot of Q&A. So that will be engaging. Why I am doing a lot of Q&A just now? That is because I want you all to be involved in the discussion that we are doing currently. Or else I could have just spoken the whole session, and then there might be that you would have understood something or not. But then doing this Q&A thing, it keeps you all involved. In the same way, doing Q&A on Instagram keeps your community involved. So there is a constant dialogue between you and your community. So you will understand, okay, they are having these issues. Maybe I should try this. Maybe I should do this, and those kind of things. A casual hellos, highs, those kind of things. Chai pe charcha. We did a lot of offline things also. So that is how we built the whole community around what we were doing, and constantly communicating the same thing again and again. If you see great leaders, they are great communicators at the end of the day. But values are at the end of the day very important. If you have good values and if you communicate them well, it will create ripple effect. Understand that thing. So in schools or in colleges, you would have seen that thing, that 0.01 raised to 365, and or 0.1 raised to 365, and then that is progress. And if you say on a negative end, raised to 365, what effects does it have? Okay, it changes a lot. Great communicators are always talking to people regularly. Understand that. Okay, this is one thing which I will like to share for the customers. 100% total dedication to one client, start to finish, no compromise, mother promise. So these are the things. I think for Indians, a lot of people feel that they are not professional enough. And in early days, you all will be facing the same thing. Whenever we are in teenager, okay, bread pakoda ki kasam. Yeah, that was the line. Okay. How many people have seen this movie? Can we have a yes or no? Okay. It is from Band Baja Bharat. Yeah. So remember one thing. If you, as a teenager, there are things where people don't see you. Okay, if you're doing some mistake and those kind of things, people won't be judging you a lot. But as a adult, when you do some mistakes, people judge you. People say कि भाई यार इतना बड़ा हो गया, इतना अकल नहीं है, हैं? 22 साल के हो गए हो, 24 साल के हो गए हो, इतना समझ में नहीं आता. Those kind of things you will start hearing. And that is the same thing that happens when you cross a benchmark in following. You will get clients, you will get people on board, and then if you don't communicate well with them, if you don't keep them happy, if they are not happy with what you are doing, the chain will break. You won't be able to grow further. That is the main thing. So if you get a client on board, there will be a lot of issues because you are doing it for the first time. Maybe you don't know few things, and those kind of things can happen. But understand, you have to make them happy at the end of the day. Then only they will be able to tell other people, okay, इनसे काम करो, ये अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं, या ये पेज चल रहा है, ये अच्छा है, इनका community अच्छा है, they are doing those things. So try to do those things. Okay. For the community, I will say create a sense of inclusion. Okay, so we did around 20 food meetups. We have more than 44.5k postings with hashtag Angrito. Okay, we invite random people for chai pe charcha and those kind of things, so they feel included. Okay, so have a small live for people who like your content a lot, or drop a random message that hey, you are liking our content, or people who are from the community for a long time. So this the whole session that we are doing currently was just for people from Net Service Marketing eSummit. But then we pushed the message to our Hungrito community and told them, okay, if you want to join in, you can. So, but then we told them, okay, if you remember 3 dates of our festivals, then only you can join. Those kind of things. So then there will be a sense of inclusion in the people which are coming on board. They will feel, okay, they are getting something, some value out of being in this community. So that is very important to do. Okay. This is a famous line from a very famous series. I'll be there for you like I have been there before. So whenever you grow, remember, don't keep people who have been with you from the initial days. Don't neglect them anytime. So somebody or some people would be there who will be very engaged with your community when you were 10k, or when you were 4k, or when you were just 100 people community. Remember, you have to take these people along when you are a 50k community also. There will be different expectations, I agree, but then you will have to take them along also, because they were your early supporters, and you will have to be for them always. Remember, then only you will be able to take things along, or else things might break. You might have 20,000 followers or 30,000 followers, but the engagement rate will be very low. There are a lot of pages which have 100k following, 150k following, and then also hardly get 100 likes. Instagram, somebody who is just following you does not mean does not mean that they are going to like your content. Okay, there are a hell lot of pages which have great following but engagement rate is very low. That is just because they are not taking care of their community. If you take care of your community, your engagement rate will be between 2% to 2.5 or 3%. That is for sure. There are a lot of tools that you can go. There is Social Blade and those kind of tools which you can go and then search and then see which communities are working well, which are not. Remember, if engagement rate is good, you will go places. If engagement rate is not good, you won't go anywhere. That is for sure. Okay, so this is concept of life. You were a child as Hungrito, then comes teenager, we discuss that. Then comes a young adult, we discuss that. What happened after that? Normally, you work in the adult life and then there is a decline. And most of the times, this is the curve of product life cycle also. This is a product life cycle curve. If you are doing MBA or those kind of things, you will understand. Okay, so what you have to do when you are at your peak? Okay, so suppose for Ahmedabad market, Hungrito is just now at its peak. So we have 57k followers. We get 300k followers every month, and then 290, 240 people unfollow us. So that is how it is happening just now. We are at a peak. So we were at a peak around when we were 40k, 45k. And that time we thought that we have to up the game. We have to do something else to keep alive or keep be in the game. And that is how, as a product also, you will have to evolve. So picture abhi baki hai mere dost. So always remember, you have to reinvent at the end of the day. If you are at your peak, you have to reinvent, do something else, so you will get another peak. Because always for a product, you will get a peak. For Ahmedabad market, we are at a peak just now. We don't have anybody else or not a lot of people to get new followers. So then we changed. And then we told people, picture abhi baki hai mere dost. We have new things to give you. Okay. This is a line which is very important for everybody who is watching this. Okay. And in these hard times, I think this line is going to be important even more in the crisis time that we are in the pandemic situation that we are in. It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent. It is the ones who are most adaptable to change. Okay, you have to always keep on changing what you are doing. And in these situations, okay, remember, the times are very tough just now. And whatever you were doing, most of the people who were doing in our industry also, food and beverages, a lot of people won't be able to open their cafe or restaurant after this situation ends. And they will have to evolve, they will have to change, they will have to adapt to new things. A lot of restaurants are now doing deliveries. A lot of people are in future predicting there will be only deliveries and those kind of things. They will adapt. So in same ways, you will have to change. And for us also, we wanted to do something which changed our perception. Okay, so these are the things what we always look for. So always remember, whenever you are there at a peak, you look for other peak. So you, as a product also, remember, you have to always look for the next big thing or next challenge as a product. Whenever you are on Instagram or whenever you are doing any community work for communities and those kind of things, remember, always try to give yourself a bigger goal than what was previous or what you have achieved. Then only you will be able to achieve, or then only people will be following you. Because I worked for a lot of political campaigns also. So in politics, people don't vote for you what you have done in your past. Remember that. People always vote for you what you are telling them, that these are the things that we will be doing in next 5 years. These are the things that we will be doing in next 10 years. These are the things, if you bring me in power, I will be able to change these things, these things, these things. That is how the community always drives. This is human psychology. Remember, people are not following you, or people are sometimes following you for your information and those kind of things, but they are following you for the greater good that you are going to do at the end of the day, or the great achievements that you are going to do. Remember that part. Okay, as an individual, this is the toughest challenge that you will face. Okay, So why I'm saying as an individual, this will be the toughest challenge, because whenever a community is growing, as an individual, you are growing the community. There will be a very tough battle between your taste and the skills, because in the initial we did not know anything. We knew only, I think, a basic of Photoshop. We knew only basic of After Effects and those kind of things. But we knew little bit of photography also at that time, but we were not so exceptional. We did not know how to shoot and those kind of things. So we had a good taste of things. We used to look up to people who were doing good work. Okay. And then we increased our skills to match our taste. And slowly, when we matched our taste and our skills, then we increase our taste a bit. Always do those kind of things. So if your skills and taste match, then you will be in deadlock. One thing has to be over the other thing, and this is a constant battle that you will be having. So suppose you are a designer or you are a photographer, okay, and you are working in a company. So if your taste is very good and if your are not that good, you will always try to improve those skills, and you won't hate your job at that time, because you are trying to improve and do new things. But if your skills are very good and if your taste is not that good, you will be hating your job a lot. Remember that part, because you have good skills but you are not able to do good work. So then you will be hating yourself. Okay, यार मैं ऑफिस में जाके क्या कर रहा हूँ? What will I do? Life is always, for people who are in creative things, life is always a constant battle between taste and skills. Always try to balance those things. If there is a lot of gap between both, you will be paranoid. Remember this. You will be paranoid if there is a lot of gap between both of things. Okay, this is what we did. We did Hungrito Food Fest when we crossed our adulthood, and it was one of the biggest learning for us. We never went offline. This is a real photo. We have not photoshopped it, and now we know Photoshop a lot. But this is a original photo. So we had around, I think, 8,000 people in ground at that time, in those 4-5 hours, and we did three major events. Food Fest. We had 50,000 plus footfall, 40 plus artists perform, and 150K plus food stalls. So these are the things that we created. So after on Instagram community, we knew that we had hit the bar. So now what is new? So this is what is new. So this is now again. So now we know that we have set ourselves another goal. So we got around 20K people in the last food fest that we did in January. So now we know, okay, now 28K people came in 4 days. If we do the next edition, we have to bring 1 lakh people and those kind of things. Okay. And skill and taste reminded me last poem in Zindagi Na Milega Dobara. Yeah, Ajay, true. That is there. Okay. So the last line is Kabil bano, kamyabi jhak maar ke piche aayegi. So the whole point of skill and taste and those kind of things, or all the things that we discussed, at the end of the day boils down to this part. Most of you would have seen the whole movie, and this is something which we as a team liked a lot, and we follow a lot. So always remember, money will come at the end of the day. Okay. But if your skills are good, if you work on yourself day in and day out, in this time also you are in this webinar because you wanted to learn something. People who attended Net Service Marketing E-Summit wanted to learn something, and those are the people who wanted to work on their skills. And that is how things happen. If you work on your skills, you will improve, and at the end of the day you will get successful. So work on your skills a lot. Yeah. तो हाँ बोलो, क्या समस्या है आपका? Now we will be taking a few questions, and it's a Q&A segment. Okay. And I would like to end this presentation just now. May the 4th be with you. Today is 4th of May, and it was a funny thing that our team added here. I hope you all would have found some value in the presentation that I gave. You all would be taking one or two things and implementing them in your life somewhere, or creating what you wanted to do. And may you remember this day that you found something valuable from this and then you implement it. I will be very happy. I am everywhere, Sahil Shah 0801 if you want to connect with me. Hungrito is everywhere at the rate Hungrito. Okay. And at the rate Net Service if you want to connect with what we are doing. Okay. And if you know, for people who wanted to know where do we get paid from, in our Ikigai, we found it after 3 years. So our ikigai was our Hungry Food Fest. We get money from doing Hungry Food Fest through the community. Okay, so let me take the Q&A now. I will be stop sharing my screen, I think. Okay, we have a lot of questions. If you all can go through the questions and do some thumbs up and those kind of things, I will be able to judge which question to answer first. Okay. So one more thing, if you post this thing, we will be sharing it on our Hungry page. So you love, I will share my screen again. And if you love what we did today, do take a screenshot or post it on Instagram stories, tag us, tag me, tag Hungrito. Hungrito will be reposting you. I will surely repost you after the session is over. You can tag Net Service also, because we did some wonderful work with the summit. That is what the reviews are. So do take a screenshot, and then we'll move on to questions. Thank you. Okay, so let us take the first question. How to justify hashtag density and the hashtag? Also, what are the tools provided by Insta and other social media networks for researching hashtag? Okay, Ajay, so depending on what you want to do and which thing you are currently working on, hashtags are one of the most important things. One thing that you can do to do research on the hashtag is go to the segment that you are trying to be in. So if you are in music, what are the hashtags which people in music industry are using? So go to their pages, go to their post, and then see which are the hashtags which are trending. And in your way, you have to do that research. Okay. And for other social media networks, there are a lot of social media tools. I will share them in the article which I will share soon with the people. And there are Social Blade. There are tools for checking which are the hashtags working. In Twitter, trends are there. If you want to do live thing, then you can use those trends which are there. Or if you follow your meme pages, they will be doing a lot of memes currently, and there also you can trend a lot. I hope you that answers your question. And justify hashtag density, you will have to search each hashtag, and they change a lot every day. So we used to have a list of hashtags that we had written around food, and how many posts are there, and every 1 month we used to update that list. So if you want to do that, you will have to do it manually only, because of your industry there won't be other tools which will be helpful. You will have to research that every day in and day out and do those things. Okay. uh, Abhishek Porwal is asking, what are the major good sources that you would suggest to learn algorithms? One is go to the blogs that uh, are official blogs. So Twitter has their official blogs, Instagram has their official blog, Facebook has their official blog. So you will go see what they are doing and understand patterns. If you uh, go to Facebook F8 Summit, which is there, go through the whole summit, and you will get what are the things that they are trying to do. Other thing is Social Media Expert is one of the websites which are there. There are other websites like Buffer. There is a website like HubSpot. You go follow those pages and see what there are those people are writing. If you want to understand ads and those kind of things, John Loomer and those kind of people are there. So you will get people in each of the segments that you're working on, and then these are the people who continuously read and then say things that these are the new changes which are going to come up, or live video is getting so much traction, or if you do ads around videos, you will get this much traction. If you do ads around carousel, you will get this much traction, and those kind of things. So you will have to read a lot from these other sources which I follow. Hope that answers your question. Ajay is asking, there is a study called Hype Circle. Since you moved from Bookers to Hungrito, did you notice Death Valley? If yes, what are your experiences and how did you survive without funding? So Ajay, we kept our losses a lot low, because we were not spending a lot at that time. We were working with interns. Okay. Uh, and so we used to burn around 20-30K a month only. So that was very low. We used to do some side projects. Okay. And that is how we survived that thing. I don't know a lot about Hype Circle, sorry. So maybe I won't be able to answer those things, but I will read that, sure, because I am here to learn a lot of things from you guys also. Okay. Bhavna Sethia is asking, can you talk about how social media marketing is very essential tool for building brand image for startup, and in this digital age, how we can still cater to audience who trust offline more than online? Okay, for people who trust offline more than online, I think testimonials work a lot, video testimonials, real people speaking what your brand is doing. This works a lot for B2B segment also. So when real people are giving you testimonials and that is posted somewhere, there are e-commerce websites like Meesho and those kind of things which work on a lot on social sharing. So you can go and study their social media things that they are doing. So most of them are testimonial based. Okay. So when something is offline and people want to turn it online, they don't believe those kind of things. They believe when somebody relevant to them or somebody near to them speaks those things. Okay. My father won't believe XYZ guy coming on TV and saying ke Byju's le lo. He might believe one of his friends who has used Byju's for his kid, and maybe he will try to use those things. Okay, understand that part. So those kind of things will be very useful. Other thing is brand image for startups. I think that I answered already in the session. It was asked as 650. Okay. Abhishek is asking how to work on meme pages. Post more memes and be very unique with what you are doing. Most of the meme pages copy paste memes from here and there. Understand? If you have your original content, then only you will be able to go up. If you don't have your original content, you won't be able to go up. So BBK Vines is working because he was the one who used to do those kind of content. Okay. Build things for audience, which is what Amy is suggesting, I think, which is very right for meme pages, because your things will be shared only when people who are seeing your content like it and want to share it with other people. Okay. Zakir Khan's content was, it was, I think, his 21st or 28th video, which was the Delhi girl video, which got famous. So you will have to do a lot of experiments also, remember. So it was his 28th video which went viral. Maybe it will be your 28th meme or 200th meme that might give you that traction, or that might give you that thing where you get out of the curve. Okay. Okay, the next question is, when should we run ads to boost the page? Please explain all necessary things. Abhishek, see, boosting page, I think, is not the right thing to do now, because audiences are not there. Okay. And audiences keep on changing. So when we started, Instagram was very good and it was giving us organic reach. Now Instagram is not giving you organic reach. So if you buy your audience on Instagram, at the end, in 1 or 2 years, that audience is not going to stay with you. That audience will be using some other tool. So always invest your money on traction rather than getting paid likes and those kind of things. Okay. So don't boost your page for likes, boost your page for content. If people find value, they share your content, then I think that will be very helpful rather than doing things like that. Okay. So I will suggest everybody, don't spend money at all on uh, getting likes, because Facebook organic reach is dead. Instagram will be dead in a year or two. People are moving to local platforms like Hello, ShareChat, and TikTok a lot. So try to build audience where there is organic reach. Okay. Can you recommend any good tech tools your teams use for which find best hashtags, analyze engagement, TG of Insta pages, free tech tool for social media automation? Okay. HubSpot is there. You can use that thing. I think Social Pilot is also free to an extent for social media tools. I think you can go to my LinkedIn. I will be sharing the list of free tools soon. We have written a blog also. I will share that blog also with you, because there are a hell lot of tools which are free and you can use. Uh, Social Baker is there. You can use those tools and those are free. A lot of tools will be free for Hootsuite is there. You can use that for automation. Analyzing engagement of TG of Insta pages. Engagement and other things can be analyzed. I think Social Blade is one of the tools. Okay, you can use those tools and you will get a lot of insights about how engagement is there. I think for finding best hashtags, I will have to do a research again and give you the things. We still do it with whatever we call, we study and then we get anything. For Twitter and other things, we used to do it from Keyhole. Okay, Keyhole was one of the things that we used to use. Okay, I think Rahul, I answered your question. Abhishek Porwal, need to hear some of your failures and hard time which you have felt, or any incident which you would like to share. Yeah, Abhishek, there were a lot of failures in this thing. So you think that this thing is working and then you push a lot. You wanted to do something and then that didn't work out. When we were at 20K, and the journey from 20K to 30K has been very difficult. because we were not increasing our followers at all. We were getting engagement, we were doing things, but we were not able to get followers at all. So I think there have been a lot of hard times for us, and as a company also we faced a lot of hard times while we are doing our first fest that went in losses. Second fest also was in loss. Third one, luckily, we did break even. But while you are trying to bring that up, you are trying to change the whole scenario in the Ahmedabad circuit, how things happen and those kind of things. Uh, those were a very hard times. And team has been very supportive to get those kind of teams and finding right resources. I think we didn't face hard time, but a lot of startups face hard times in that. I am been very lucky, touch wood, in getting the best and the best guys to work on the products that we have, and they have been very instrumental in the journey. I will have to uh, say it again and again. And these failures, these hard times, these guys have stood. So there were times when we did not have funds. There were times when we didn't know where to go, what to do, and these are the people who steered the whole ship from going one place to another. Because from last, I think 2.5 years or 3 years, I haven't posted anything in Hungrito, or haven't been instrumental in the journey. So these are the guys who are doing the whole thing. Okay. So you talked about judicially using the tags and suggest to use small tags initially to be trend, and how and when this post will be used this time. Mostly when we press explore, the post appear there are according to our past searches. Yeah, Tushar, I think you're very correct. Post appear according to your past searches. That is very true. But that is where we want to get in, right? So if you're not interested in food, why would I try to get my hashtag or my things shown to you? Because I know you are not my audience. Even if you like Hungrito, you will dislike us in 2-3 pages because we post just food photos, and you being a person, I think, won't like that thing. Seeing so seeing things like food photos in your timeline, I think you will unsubscribe us or maybe unfollow us in 2 or 3 days. We do not want to be in your timeline. We do not want to be in your explore feed. We just want to be in explore feed of people who like food, and even people who don't like food but like food photos. Okay, those kind of things will be done by us. So we want to get in the audiences which are interested in what we are doing, not the audience which is doing something else. Remember that part. I think that answered your question. There are few questions in the chat box also. Jyoti Prakash is saying Social Blade is only for YouTube or other social media platform also. Jyoti Prakash, they have now included TikTok, Instagram, and I think 2-3 more platforms also. So it is for other things also. How does Hungrito make money? Aarti, Hungrito makes money from Hungrito Food Fest and the meets that we do. We do some paid campaigns with big houses, like we did with Dengue Dumps, we did with Kensville, and those kind of things. We do a lot of food meetups, and that. Okay. Mohit is asking, when will you do next marketing e-summit? I think, Mohit, we will have to see when we do the next summit. This one, I think with all of your support, we have got a great result. There were more than, I think, 600 people who registered at the end, and or participated in the whole summit. 800 plus registrations were there, and 600 people participated in one of the other sessions which was there. Also about next HFF, I think next HFF will be after next January, when we finish the whole thing. Okay. The whole pandemic thing ends, and then there are permissions to do offline events, because I don't think in next 6 months government is going to allow us to do offline events. That is for sure. So whenever government allows us and the time is good, we will do the Hungrito Food Fest. E-Summit, I am not sure when we will do it next. Okay. Next question is, how can we increase the followers of Ethnic Boutique? Okay. Ethnic Boutique is, I think, one thing that will be interesting for you guys is, please share the link of the David hashtag density study. Okay, sure. Ajay, you will find it. Those of the people who want links and other things, if you can go and comment on the LinkedIn post of Net Service Marketing Summit, okay, we will be answering your questions there. So if you want links for the all the free tools and those kind of things, go do a comment there, and we will answer you on that post. Okay, Net Service has posted one thing that I am coming to speak, and those kind of things. You can go on LinkedIn and then ask your question there. We will be happy to answer. You can go on Instagram, ask your question there. We'll be happy to answer, and those kind of things. If you want some links and everything. So for ethnic boutique, I think one thing is photographs are very important. Your photographs needs to be very appealing. People need to like those photos. You need to do photo shoots regularly. Other thing is word of mouth of your people who have already used your product. Okay, they take a lot of photos while they are having it, while they are wearing your clothes. Other thing is you can take what you call video testimonials from them. Okay, you can have a lot of sales means you can participate in online things, online sales of Myntra and other e-commerce which will push you things. You can follow back a lot of people in the initial days. So suppose somebody is liking Biba or liking the post of Biba, you know they are likely your TG. Okay, or somebody is liking a content of one of the influencer who is into ethnic things. You go to their page, go to their followers, okay, or go to their recent post and see which are the people who like their recent post, and then follow them. They might follow you back, or they might see your content and then follow you. Those kind of things. So in the initial days, there are hard times you for increasing the followers. For Hungrito also, I think around when we reached 5K or 6K, till that time we were doing follow back, because that is the basic thing. If you don't have money and those kind of things, you will have to do, and then only you will have to see hard days. That is for sure. If you don't see your hard days, you are not going to go forward. Remember, you will have to spend time on following people, unfollowing people, and those kind of things. Can you please differentiate between reach and impression in simple terms? Okay, Tushar. See, for people, reach is the unique number of people which are seeing the content. Okay. Suppose you, me, I think Kaushal is having the next question. Okay. So Tushar, Kaushal, and Sahil have seen a content. Okay. All three of us have seen a post of Hungrito. So the reach will be 3. But if after 2 days you see the post again, Kaushal sees the post again, I don't see it again, but you both see the post again. So then the reach will remain 3 only, but the impression will be 5. So impression is number of time, unique number of time that post has been seen. Okay. Or your page has been seen. It is impression. And the unique number of time people have seen the content, the unique number of people is reach. I hope that answers your question. Okay. Kaushal, hey, I joined late due to some reasons. I'm not sure whether you mentioned it or not, but I had a question since long. You can you roughly go through your journey, if possible, from DICT to NetSales to Hungrito? That would be great. Kaushal, you joined late, but in initial time, I already shared the story. So in my, I will sum it up again if you want. So uh, just a second. Don't read live. Okay. So during my college days, I was instrumental in 3 things only. One was startups, other was photography, and third one was theater. And all these three things have shaped the way where I am today, or as a team we are today. Okay. So things that we learned during my photography days or the shooting and those kind of things helped us in creating content that in initial days Hungrito created. And we created a lot of videos at that time. Theater taught me a lot to handle the team. I am not a very good artist, to be frank. I was mostly in formations and those kind of things. So I used to do street play. So while doing those things, while telling people that you should be in this formation and those kind of things, it helped me a lot to do resource management. ओके ये आदमी पतला है, इसको ऊपर करो, ऊपर खड़ा करो, ये 4 जने बेस में रहेंगे, ये करेंगे, वो करेंगे. These are the things in smooth way you have to enter and those kind of things. And we had a community of around more than 200 people at that time. So I learned a hell lot of things during that time. How to make people happy, how to keep the community happy. We did plays with more than 26 people, and most of them had just one line. How to keep them motivated to come to practice, because you just have one line. You're coming to play every day to practice and you have just one line. How would you keep that person motivated? You are not giving anything in return. He will be coming on stage for just less than 10 seconds. Those things helped us a lot in the journey that we are today. Okay, let us take to the next question is, how does one make reshareable content for photography, videography account as it's just aesthetic picture and won't make sense to memify it? Very true. I think it won't be good to make memes of your own content, but there can be a lot of things. You can share photography tips, okay, and tricks that you are using. If you go to Instagram or I think TikTok just now, there are a lot of photographers who are sharing how to create click good pictures, and that is a very shareable content. You are teaching them something, they will share it to their friends and their photography friends that they are. So in that way you will get a lot of followers. And one thing is, if you are doing something like photography competitions, we did food photography competition in our early days. It was called, I think, some Spanish name, food photography or something. So we did that. We got a lot of people who were good in photography used to then follow us, because we distributed prizes and those kind of things. So you can get those kind of competitions, and those kind of things help you a lot in getting that traction. Okay, so I think you will be able to gain a lot of followers in that way if you do competitions, if you share content which is relatable to them, and then it has some information. Or if you teach them what is the difference between aperture, if you teach them how to use the manual mode in the camera, or how can you record in 4K quality videos in your phone, or how are the new phones coming up and what are the things you can use in phone photography. If you do these kind of things, people will share your content a lot. Okay. Okay. How to promote Instagram page from scratch organically for startup community company. I think the whole presentation was around that, Alpesh. There is not one thing that you can do to do that thing. Okay. I think he removed the question. Okay. So if you can go through the presentation again, you will learn a lot of things how we can build a community. How can cooking tutorial pages create a community on Instagram? By posting more videos. And I think YouTube can be a very good platform for you, Bhavna Setia. Instagram community can be created when you tell people to cook something and then you feature them on your pages. Okay, so that will create a community very soon. So tell others to cook something, post videos or post photos of what they have cooked. You can share recipes, and in those ways you will see a lot of people uh, sharing those recipes with people. Click good pictures, have some captions, or use Canva for a basic thing. You can do 10 steps things. So first step, have this thing. Second step, do this. Third, fourth step, this. Fifth step, this kind of thing. And 10 steps, your dish is ready. So if you post those kind of things also, then that can be also a very shareable content. Okay. I get engagement ratio of 15 to 20%, which is good, but still don't get enough to high reach, normal reach only. Ritva, that will be happening a lot with when you have 100 followers, 500 followers, 1000 followers. But when there is an increase in number of followers, your ratio will decrease, your reach will increase, and that is how the whole algorithm works. So there is nothing different. If I have currently I have around 1200 followers or 1400 followers on Instagram, my each of my stories is seen by around 600 people. So which is 50%. So that is because I have a very close community. But if I had 15,000 followers, then the ratio would not have been the same. The ratio would have decreased a lot. Understand that fact. Okay. Bhikshita is asking, from a recruiter's point of view, uh, do you see a major gap in skills in people who have done MBA and those who have not? Oh, Bhikshita, I teach in MBA colleges. So I cannot say if there is a skill set difference, but a mindset difference is surely there. That is the whole thing which will be there, and which will be currently we are seeing currently also. Mindset difference is there a lot. People have different mindset when they have done MBA and when they have not done MBA. People who have done MBA have a lot of good theories. So suppose if you have seen the whole presentation, we never did MBA. We never read Kotler, but I think in our journey we had to read Kotler because we wanted to learn the jargons. We wanted to learn 4 P's of marketing, what things are and how do you do those things. So if you have done MBA, I think that will be very helpful. Your concepts will be clear, but again your risk taking capacity appetite decreases a lot after MBA. Okay, so people in who have done MBA are very skillful, but then what I have seen is their risk taking appetite decreases, but that can be very different for person to person. We cannot judge everybody on the same level, but if you have an MBA person who has done MBA, his concepts will be clear, that is for sure. Thank you. I think we can take one or two more questions. How Hungrito planned posting in COVID situation cause people are hungry of fast food and can't get it? Okay, yeah, Ajay. So it's a very, very, very good question. So as a community, we decided in the first place that we won't be posting any home cooked food. So if you see our journey of 4.5 years, 4 years, 3.5, 4 years, we have never posted a home cooked food video. Okay. But due to this pandemic, we never wanted to be insensitive to people while posting things which they are not able to eat or not able to get. So, and we wanted to show some empathy towards our community. So that's why we started posting things which people could make at home. And so we started posting things which were home cooked. And that was again a user generated content at the end of the day. So if somebody wanted to cook that thing, they could DM them and ask what is the recipe and those kind of things. So we are able to connect people in the community, and that is how we do things. Okay, so that is what we did in the whole situation. Other thing is, what's your opinion on theme wise post or single post on Instagram? uh, does it have more impact? See, it always depends on the type of content. For Hungrito page, videos never work. Though we have 57K followers, videos don't work on Hungrito. There are pages who have 10K followers and get more video views than what we get. But remember, your content is something which will be related to your audience. So if your audience is every day seeing this kind of content, our audience is habitual to see content which is in pictorial way, not in the video way. So if you create content which is for the people, and they are habitual of those kind of things, it will be very helpful. If they are not habitual of those things, I think it won't matter to them. They will just skip that thing. So it all depends on the audience that you are targeting to. Is it mandatory to create a separate page for expressing the love towards food, or can we continue with a personal page? I think personal page in the initial days will be something that you will have to continue with, because what I will suggest is creating another page will always have, like, it all depends on how much audience that you have. So suppose Hungrito is there. Hungrito, if we start posting content for Surat and other things, we will have to create another page, because the audience in Ahmedabad won't like to see those kind of things. So it is all about what your audience currently is. If it is all about friends and family, I think creating different page makes sense if you are going for a long term, because you will create a new audience there, because all of your friends and family won't like seeing your food photographs. They won't be interested in that, and maybe sometimes they will miss your personal things also in that process. How to get collaborations with brand? Sometimes they interact with you, and sometimes most of the people, what they do is, if there is an influencer who has done something with a brand, then they DM the brand again, or they ask that influencer, okay, how did you get in touch with that brand? So there are brand managers who are continuously after the pages and everything. So if you are relevant enough, you will get a DM from those pages or those brands soon enough. Okay. How to promote Instagram? I think we answered that question. How did you come up with the name Hungrito? What kind of names are attractive enough? One main core. I think we will take this last question and then we will end. Those of you whose questions are not answered, I think we have more 19 questions. We won't be able to take all of them. You can go and ask your questions on the Net Surveys page, and I will be happy to answer them there. In the next 1 hour, 2 hour, I will answer all of your questions. So we will end with the question of how did we came up with the name Hungrito. So after we ended with, or we wanted to rebrand Bookers, we wanted to create a name which is not very common and people relate that to. So we had few things in mind. We wanted attributes where was hungry. Then we wanted loyalty as an attribute. Then we wrote all the attributes which we wanted as a company. And please, okay. Sorry. So then we did those kind of things. We did internal exercises of finding the name, and at the end we were Hunger Doctor, and those kind of things came up. We had 3 or 4 other names. I don't remember them. Hungrito was very catchy. We did a poll with our friends, family, and the followers that we had of Hookers, and Hungrito was very catchy. Hungrito came up with hunger and burrito. It was rhyming. That's why we did it. Nothing, no science at all behind that. And it was rhyming. It was catchy, and it looked cool at that point, because Hungrito itself sounds good. It is easy to pronounce. People won't be making a lot of mistakes while writing the spelling, and the number of letters in Hungry are less than what was recommended. So it is, I think, around 8 letters. So 7 or 8. So these were the things which we kept in mind. So we used to read a lot. Okay, understand one thing. Whenever we created something or we do anything, we read a lot about it, because why not learn from the mistakes that people have already done?